Hello friends, welcome back to Aunt Debbie's Boutique. Well, it's been a while. I have been out with a upper respiratory illness, and so I haven't posted a video in several weeks, and I apologize. It seems like there's always something trying to derail me from my plans. But I want to get this Valentine's quilt made before Valentine's. So I apologize if I left it to the last minute for you, but maybe you can make it for next year. This is number 2 in our Jelly Roll series, and I have selected a Jelly Roll. What was the name of it? It's from Maywood Studios, and I think it's called I Heart You. I'll have to, I took the wrapper off of the Jelly Roll, and I don't have it handy. So, but I'm pretty sure it's called I Heart You. I think it's a last year's pattern, but anyway, that's the one I chose. I love the colors in it. And the pattern that we're going to make, and it's very difficult to see this because my printer is low on ink, but it's a Moda pattern. And this is for a mini quilt. It's called Llama Love Mini Quilt. And the size of it is 28.5 by 29.5. So if you wanted a throw side, you could make 4 of these quilts, like 4 blocks, and sew them together, and you'd have a throw size quilt too. Now this was designed, I'm going to change it up, but this was designed to use the pre-cut, what are they called? Candy packs. The little 2.5-inch stamps, I think they're called stamps too, to make your heart, and then a jelly roll or yardage cut in 2.5-inch strips for the outside. I'm going to switch it. We're going to make our heart out of solid black, so it really stands out. Then I have picked one of every fabric that was in my jelly roll because I don't need the whole jelly roll. And I'm going to cut all these strips out of different fabrics. And if you can tell, they've got this kind of a pink on this side and kind of an orange on that side. I separated mine into darks and lights, pretty much red and blacks up here and pink and whites down here. And so I will do it, I think I'm gonna put the lights up here on top. I'm not sure, I'll look at the pattern and decide, but I'm gonna separate it that way and see if we can tell when it's done. It should have kind of an ombre look to it. Okay, this is a free pattern, by the way, and I think I got it off of the Moda website, but I will find it and link it in the description below. Now, you can see the heart a little bit better. Let me here without all the surrounding. We're going to do that in solid black. And then all the cutting instructions for the strips that we need around the heart, I'm going to cut out of these. So let me go and cut those out, and then we'll get started on our quilt. Okay, I have all the pieces cut out, and I've put it up on my temporary design wall. I'm in the process of trying to build a gigantic design wall, but it hadn't got done yet. So this is just a piece of plywood with some flannel over it, and I think it'll work for this small quilt. Now, I did discover that there are some wrong cutting instructions in this pattern. Surely somebody at Moda has caught that by now, and maybe just wherever I downloaded this from didn't have the updates. I'm not sure, but I'm going to put the corrections down in the comments, or in the description box, so that you don't cut the wrong things out. There were 2 strips. It was all on the B part, down at the bottom, on the dark colors. There were 2 different length strips that completely were left off, and there was one that we didn't need. It was a wrong size. So I think I got it all figured out, and I will put those corrections down below. Okay, I don't think you need me to watch me sew a whole bunch of 2.5-inch seams. So what I'll do is just go over there and sew the rows together. And here's our finished quilt top. Again, that pattern is Llama Love Mini Quilt by Moda Fabrics. And the fabrics I used were a line called I Heart You by Mayfield Studios. I found on my pattern there were some cutting errors in the dark portion of this fabric, of this quilt. So I'm going to put the corrections down below that I found when making it. It was very easy and went together so well, and I really like it. I think I like it better with just the dark fabric in the middle and all the pretty coordinating fabrics on the outside. And I did try to do lights on the top diagonal half and darks on the bottom, just because the pattern had two different colors of plain colors on it. Now, I did adapt this pattern. It called for yardage for the outside and the little stamp packs, what they call them, look here, candy packs for the heart. And I made it totally out of jelly rolls, out of a jelly roll, and you could get about 4 of them out of one jelly roll. And so I just, since everything was 2.5-inch strips, it was real easy just to swap it over to a jelly roll pattern. And the black, if you didn't have black jelly roll strips, because it only took like 3 of them, you can use about a 1/4 yard of fabric for that. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this. I am going to quilt this one myself on my domestic machine because it's so small, and I will bring you along when I do that. That'll probably be next week's video because I've been promising a free motion quilting video. I do free motion quilting the cheater's way. I use templates, and so I will show you that. The reason I use templates is I'm not very good at the real free motion, and the reason I'm not real good is because I don't like to do it, so I never practice. So that's why I like the templates. It seems to me like everything is much smoother if I use those. So next week's video will probably be on that, and I've got several more not several, I got a whole bunch of jelly roll patterns lined up for us to do. So I hope you'll continue to tune in, and hopefully I will be back on a regular schedule now. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in today. If you would, please like, subscribe, share, whatever you can do. Comment. It really helps me out and helps me bring more videos to you. And I will see you next time. Just remember, whatever you do, do it to the glory of the Lord.